Thursday. Let's start with our first trade. First trade was Exxon Mobil. If you're looking at it right here, you see this tail bar right off the 200. That's what you need to take. Set the stop right here, buy right here, let that ride right there. That's a good trade. What we ended up doing is here's the first bar. We considered that an elephant that lost some mojo off the 200. For some reason, our buy had us buying way up here, even though the stock was here. And when we sold, it sold down here prior to the stock being there. So at that point, we had hit maximum loss. So we couldn't really hold it. But that I just bought it in the wrong spot. You want to buy the buy signals, which is tail bars, bull 180s, and elephant bars. These two bars are not either of those things. So that was a mistake on my part. If you look at it, we take the tail bar, stop here, buy right above here, you ride that, and it's a good trade. Next trade for the day, I took Disney, and a similar issue happened. Not gonna lie. Um, again, remember, here's a narrow state. That's a narrow state. We're gonna say, hey, we can play off of the previous line of close, which is this dotted line right here. We had a elephant bar off it. We missed that bar. We got the second bar. So we're looking at a combined bar like this. That's a sell. We already lost our maximum trade loss in our last trade. So when we examine that, we bought in here, we sold here, it went all the way up, it took us out. But as you see, it continued to fall right there. That's a nice buy as well, right off the 200 or right off the 20, comes down, goes away. There you go. Go to the beach, go to the movies, go do something else. Let's see if it continued even further. Looks like it went a little bit lower. So those are my two trades for the day. I got the max loss and I didn't get to trade anymore. So it wasn't the best day, but as you can see, both of those, the first one was my fault. Didn't get on a buy signal, so only get on elephant bars, tail bars. You can also get in nuggets, but we haven't really talked about that too much. Um, but those are the three times to get in. If you don't get in on those, sometimes the strategy doesn't work. So let's go to C. Let's go over C. Another thing that we're changing is we might add some stocks, but not right now. But right now, we kind of do the first 30 minutes, we keep our screen like this 5 minute, 2 minute, 1 minute. And then after that, we kind of put the 5 minute in the middle. We do the 15 and we do the 2. And that just helps. For example, let's see if we find a play. Like that play just looks way more obvious like this. It's going down. But that's a whole nother conversation. Let's go back to the 2 minute. Let's see if we have any moves at the beginning of the day. One could say, hey, narrow state. It went above it, but it went above and it hit the 200. So you don't really want to consider that. Keep that narrow state. Here's an elephant bar off of it right there. Right here. Oh, that's the last. And then it goes down, 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 down. Let's wait for another move. Right here, elephant bar off the 20. We play that right there. We set our stop right here. Breaks it. We're out of it. Looks like it wanted to continue falling. Elephant bar. Stop below. Nope. Got us out. We're gonna get a move. No. Let's go to Disney. Of course, we played this at the beginning. The next cell here, right here. We have that right there. Breaks it. That's a cell. You go down. Still going down. Still going down. Might have took that one, but it's not really an elephant. There's an elephant right here. Stop below it. Get out. Didn't do too much. There's an elephant. Stop below. Elephant. Stop above. Elephant. Is that an exhausting elephant? The move started here. Is this the last elephant? It is from a narrow state. Let's see what it does. And you have to take and consider the time. It was the last 30 minutes. That way we look at the 1 minute and we can tell it is going to go down. And it's been going down. So beginning of the move is right here. Let's see if we can identify that over here on the 2 minute. More than likely right here. And then we get a nice move. Let's go to Intel. Didn't trade Intel today. As you can tell, there's a wide space away from the 200 and the 20. So we know it's not going to really move like that. So we can pretty much avoid this stock for the day. You see how that space continues. The only way we'd really probably play this um, is playing it down. Now, sometimes I do consider that previous point of close to play it like the 200. It's not the 200 though. Let's see what happens. That is an elephant bar. Let's say we're keeping that like the 200. We have a V. It's right above it. Stop below it. We get a nice move. Get out. But you can see how this isn't like uh it seems like it's a long move, and it is, but at the same time it's not as really a move like we're looking. You see it didn't have too much velocity. It just kind of moved. So again, I'm going to stick with we can avoid it if it's a wide state. It's just not where our best plays are going to be. You can see the elephant bar here. That's the end of the day. Let's go to Uber. Beginning of the day. That is not what I would consider a narrow state, but this is a narrow state right here. And we talked about this the other day too. If this is a narrow state and the move is going down, right? What we can do is we can continue from the next day. So we know the move's going to continue wide state to narrow state. And we are right here. So that is right there. We know it's going to continue to fall. We see a large sell. We could sell, stop right here, and make a nice profit. And of course, you have a lot of color changes here, here. Let's look for the move up. Combine all of those bars. Got an elephant bar. Green bar takeout, buy more. 45-degree angle. We can do color changes. We're out. Now, an interesting thing came here. It was a narrow state back here. It came back to be, it was narrow state, it was wide state, came back. Here's narrow state again. Wide state here. We played this. We played the wide state up. Here's the narrow state again. And now we can play, combine these two. We get an elephant bar. And now we're playing up again. So it's again, narrow state, wide, narrow state. And that's the end of the day on Uber. Let's go to Walmart. Walmart, you can see it flat 200. This isn't the beginning of the day, but flat 200. Elephant bar right off the 200. We zoom in on that. Perfect. We have the stop bar. We stop it under it. Give it some leeway. We can even put the stop like right here. Just because it's under the 20, it's kind of comes off of it. This whole bar could be an elephant bar. And then we know what to do. 50% here. Doesn't go by it. We know it's a big move. Color change. When you see a color change, you could do here. You could do here. Well, here. You could do here. And at this point, it's gotten a little extended. But let's go back to the beginning of the stock. Let's see if it had an opening play. Looks like it did. Uh, narrow state drops. That's an elephant bar. We wait for it to pass the depthness of that first bar. Does right there. It's right below the 200. Let's say the 200 is a range, not just a straight line. So it's off the 200. Stop it here. Ride it all the way out here. And this right here is the exhaustion bar. And you see it's a bull 180 as well. So we're going to buy, we stop below, we ride up, it touches there. More than likely, this doesn't move too much higher. Let's see. You do get a move. Do you get a move to the 200? Not quite, but that's a significant move. If we're looking from here to here, about 20, 40, 60 cents, or 40, 60 cents maybe, give or take. And we already did, I think, this part. No. Yeah, we already did this part right here. Elephant bar, narrow state, elephant bar, stop below. Combine those bars. Big move. And I was into the day of Walmart. Ooh, and look at that. Elephant bar again. Stop above. Those little bars, if you want, you can combine them. Red, 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 red. So let's say elephant bar, sell. And next time we went over the beginning, that's where we made the mistake. As you can see, red, red, red. We know that the sellers are here. We get a elephant bar, we sell into it, two lots. We get a hidden color change right here. We get another lot or two. Write it down. We can probably take profit on this. Take profit here. Take profit here. Take profit here. Still hasn't passed the 20, as you can tell. So, and it's still going down. Wow. Elephant bar, stop below. Elephant bar, combine those bars. out of it. That's all the trades for today. Tomorrow's Friday. Wish it was Monday. Have a nice one.